we got a special treat today. We're going to cook up in the oven. We're going to roast all these veggies, some potatoes, some cauliflower, and some butternut squash from the garden. As you can see, it's really cracked, but this came out of our garden, grew for free out of our compost pile. I've got a separate bunch of videos showing you the progress of that growing, but I harvested a bunch just now, and yeah, gonna cook this up and see what we can get out of it. Really, just a quick note on the nutrition of these foods. They're all very, very nutritious. They're all high in potassium, vitamin B6, the vitamin C, and the cauliflower is actually really high in vitamin C. I did not know this, but even just 100 grams of this has like 80% of your vitamin C that you need for the day. So it's very high in vitamin C. The butternut squash is also a decent source of calcium, and they are all good sources of vitamin B6 and potassium. So yeah, let's get to cooking. Alright, got the cauliflower chopped up and the potatoes cut up as well. I just want to show you really quick the inside of this squash. I think, pretty much what I've said when I harvested it, that these should have probably stayed on the vine a little longer. I have tasted it though, and just raw as it is, and it's actually quite good, so I'm sure it's going to be fine to eat. One thing that is kind of a giveaway that it probably should have ripened longer is that the seeds aren't looking fully like mature. So you can see that, I mean, they are like the right size and everything, but it just seems like they're kind of still soft and not fully like formed yet. So I don't think these seeds are going to be like good to eat, but in general, when you get a ripe squash, you can actually just take the seeds out like this, roast them for a little bit, and then you can eat these. They are really high in protein and nutrients. Yeah, anyway, and if like somebody has nut allergies, this is a good replacement for those kind of things that call for like various nuts or seeds. So anyway, I'm gonna clean this out. I'm gonna cut out the kind of nasty parts from the side that got cracked, and then we'll cut this up and start cooking it in the oven. I just wanted to show that I use a spoon to kind of scoop out the inside. It makes it a lot easier, and then you can kind of clean it out pretty easy. Okay, so because I've ended up with so much squash, I've actually separated it out about half, and I'm going to take some of the potatoes and the cauliflower in here, and then I'll make two batches and season them separately. One of them I'm going to keep kind of plain, maybe just salt, pepper, and some olive oil, like a little splash. And the other one I'll kind of put some other flavors and seasonings in there and make two separate batches. Quick word about seasonings. I'm going to do my usual. If you watch any of my cooking videos, you'll probably see I tend to go to the same kind of things. So we got some salt, some caraway seed or fennel, turmeric, paprika, basil, some pepper, and I'm also going to add a little splash of olive oil and some ketchup and mustard. That'll go all in here, and then for this batch I've just done salt, pepper, and a little splash of olive oil. So this will be kind of the more plain flavor, and that'll be the more seasoned bit. Okay, so there they are. I'm going to cover them with just like a baking sheet paper, and then cook them in the oven at 200 Celsius for as long as it takes. And once they're soft with like you can just kind of stab them with a fork and they're soft, then everything's done. And there it is, done. And just done a quick taste test. Everything came out nice and tasty. The squash is actually very soft. I didn't cut off the the peel or the rind because it actually was pretty thin anyway. And even on fully like ripe squash, I tend to leave the skin on and eat it that way. With this one being so thin, I thought it would be fine to just leave it as it is, and it is quite delicate and pretty much just like a potato skin at this point. So yeah, everything tastes quite good. The cauliflower got a little bit burned here on a couple of little bits, but besides that, I think everything came out pretty good. And obviously the seasonings can be adjusted to suit anybody's individual tastes. The last bit that I wanted to mention is that the squash is also an excellent source of vitamin A, so beta-carotene, which is a precursor to vitamin A. if anybody's interested in that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, please remember to subscribe and share this video if you liked it. Thanks for watching. Thanks.